Hello, in the last video we looked at how to organise your time, and now we're going to have a look at organising your paperwork. So clients often ask me, what kind of information should they actually keep? Well, what I would recommend keeping is invoices that you send, keep copies of those, keep bank statements, keep bills that your suppliers send you, keep receipts for expenses that you spend out of your own pocket, and definitely keep copies of any letters that you get from the taxman. So I've been talking a lot about paperwork, but of course you don't actually have to keep physical copies of everything on paper. You will find that you can keep copies of most of your paperwork digitally. Sometimes there'll be a legal requirement to keep pieces of paper, but mostly you will be able to use digital storage. And the advantage of that, apart from not cluttering up your office with a whole load of filing cabinets, is it's really easy to find a particular document using search. So how do you actually keep your information digitally? Well, what I recommend is invest in a scanner like a Doxy scanner, which is really nice and small and light, and you can integrate that with lots of other useful services such as Evernote. I'd also recommend going to an online backup service like Deposit It, because what you can do there is you can store your files in the cloud and you know they're secure. Security is obviously really important when you're using a service like this, so make sure that you check your provider's policy really carefully. But I really do recommend storing your files digitally because it saves such a lot of time and you can find them much more easily. So how do you actually organise all this paperwork? Well, whether it's digital or physical, here's how I recommend you do it. If your business is small, so there aren't all that many transactions in your business, then what you can do is have either a folder, an electronic folder, or a lever arch file for every year, and have a subfolder for each different category of paperwork. So you'd have a subfolder for your invoices, a subfolder for your bank statements, one for your bills, and one for your expenses, and so on and so forth. If your business is a bit bigger and there's more documents floating around, then what I would recommend is to have one folder for every different kind of paperwork. So you'd have a folder for your invoices, a folder for your bank statements, and so forth. And then within the folder, for example, for your invoices, order them by number, by customer, by date, however it's going to be easiest for you to find them. And here's another tip for if you're storing your files digitally. How about adding a reference number to each file name? For example, if we're looking at customer invoices, you could add the invoice number to the file name, perhaps even the customer's name as well, so that you can find those invoices really quickly. Well, this all sounds great, but how do you make sure you stay organised on an ongoing basis? Well, in the next video, we're going to give you some useful tips to make sure that you stay in that really great place with your business bookkeeping method.